the 10 most electrified countries in Africa. How common are 10? Senegal, 70.4% access. Senegal, officially the Republic of Senegal, is a country in West Africa. Senegal is bordered by Mauritania to the north, Mali to the east, Guinea to the southeast, and Guinea-Bissau to the southwest. Senegal generates the majority of its electricity through a combination of solar, wind, biomass, and natural gas. The West African country is aiming for universal access to electricity by 2025, with an estimated national electricity access rate of 70.4%, further broken down as 47.4% in rural areas and 95.2% in urban areas, thanks to new gas-to-power developments and renewable investments. 9. Kenya, 71.4% access. Kenya has the highest national electricity access rate in East Africa, with 71.4%, including 62.7% in rural areas and 94% in urban areas. Kenya's energy mix includes hydropower, geothermal energy, wind power, solar power, and biomass. Kenya is a regional leader in renewable energy, with renewable resources providing the majority of its electricity. The East African country plans to increase access to electricity, with rural electrification being a top priority. 8. Botswana, 72% access. Botswana, a landlocked southern African country, relies on coal and petroleum imports from South Africa and other regional neighbors to generate the majority of its electricity. The country has an urban electricity access rate of 90.7% and a rural access rate of 26.4%, bringing the national rate to 72%. The country is focusing on its abundant wind and solar resources to achieve national targets of 100% electricity access by 2030. 7. South Africa, 84.4% access. South Africa is a country on the southernmost tip of the African continent with several distinct ecosystems. Kruger National Park, an inland safari destination, has big game. The Western Cape offers beaches, lush winelands around Stellenbosch and Paarl, craggy cliffs at the Cape of Good Hope, forest and lagoons along the Garden Route, and the city of Cape Town beneath flat-topped Table Mountain. South Africa currently generates the majority of its electricity from coal, and 84.4% of the country's population has access to electricity, with rural areas accounting for 75.3% and urban areas accounting for 88.8%. To reduce reliance on coal and improve access, the country is pursuing energy diversification by increasing investment and development in renewable energy. South Africa aims to reduce coal use to less than 60% by 2030, while increasing renewables to 25%. 6. Ghana, 85.9% access. Because of higher export prices and strong domestic demand, Ghana's economy is expected to remain relatively strong in the medium term. Growth of 5.5% is expected in 2022, with an average of 5.3% over the next 5 years. Ghana's electricity mix is dominated by hydropower energy, thermal energy, and gas. The country currently has a national electricity access rate of 85.9%, with 74% access in rural areas and 94% access in urban areas. Because it has significant natural gas reserves, as well as a variety of renewable resources, the West African country has a good chance of better balancing its electricity generation sources. 5. Gabon, 91.6% access. Gabon is an upper-middle-income country. It is Africa's 5th largest oil producer and has experienced strong economic growth over the last decade as a result of its oil and manganese production. Over the last 5 years, The oil sector has accounted for 80% of exports, 45% of GDP, and 60% of fiscal revenue. Meanwhile, Gabon has 91.6% access to electricity. Electricity is available to 27.8% of the rural population and 98.6% of the urban population. Gabon's emergent policy seeks to implement a sustainable energy mix comprised of biomass, natural gas, and hydropower in order to reduce reliance on fossil fuels and improve rural access to electricity.